Hey everyone, welcome back to our playthrough of Civilization 4 Beyond the Sword, Caveman to Cosmos. Using the Caveman to Cosmos mod, and I did upgrade yesterday. Had a couple people tell me that it had been upgraded to version 23. So that is what we are currently running here. I looked at the list, my god, there's a gigantic list of changes and all that have occurred. Some new technologies put in, changes to old technologies, some new civilizations added. Excuse me. But being as that this is my first playthrough, I'm hardly along it, and really don't know what the devil I'm doing anyway. It's not going to make a huge amount of difference. That I don't know what all the changes are, because I don't know what all existed in the first place. So, here we go, and we're going to start up turn 75 right now. Gnarlograd's coming along well. Some enemy has been spotted. We will definitely take a look at that right quick. Click on the thing. Where is the enemy? Oh, who is this? That is that Carthaginian wanderer that I hate so badly. Now, it is so tempting for me to take the stone thrower out and to go out after him, but I am not going to do that. Primarily because he'd probably kick my butt, and secondly, I would lose Gnarlograd whenever he decided to kick my butt and then move into the city. So instead, we are going to go up here to our clubman. See what we can continue doing here. We got a lot of desert around us, but apparently the one with the dates here doesn't give us any damage. So why don't we move on up there and we'll see how that goes. I want to get down here and see where the wanderer goes. Hopefully he'll move out of our territory. I'm moving along. Continue moving up here? Yes, we can. Any other place? Ooh, we have a camel. Our camel resource. For a second there, I was thinking it was a wild animal. Alright, let's keep our eye on this wanderer and continue on, shall we? The barbarian elephant is back. I need to make me some more wanderers. That is a given. Is it heal? Is that a heal? Yeah, what's the defensive bonuses? Let's go up on this one. Didn't let us see as far as I was hoping it would. Keep my eye out. I do not want this group of gatherers over here to be in a situation where that wanderer will pop in right next to him. So hopefully, if he continues this way, we'll see him again when he gets here. What have we got here? Just a stone thrower? And that one has just a stone thrower, and the other one I believe has just a stone thrower as well. It does. Alright, so let's in turn wild hippopotamus now as well. Got to get a wanderer, as I was saying, to replace the one that got destroyed, so I can come out here and start hunting these animals. Tall grass and scrub, more scrub. Let's head over this way. I want to kind of follow the coast here. You make a large amount of your hammers and food at this part of the game by killing those wild animals. Plus they have other benefits. You can domesticate them. You can use them to create, I guess you call buildings in your city, the myths of, which give you certain bonuses and all. So definitely want to continue hunting them. And if no other reason, they give you good promotions. We have found donkeys. They give your units good promotions when you hunt them down as well. Right, looks like that wanderer has hopefully wandered out of our area, out of our territory. Yes, I do know that. No thanks, I'll take a look at it later. A lot of this stuff, I think, once again, I think these are like silk. They seem to be an awful lot around. I know that we're not showing up, but if I remember the old CIV4 correctly, those are like the silk cocoons up in the trees there. Let's go up this way. Always trying to open up as much territory as I can. Figured this the clubman there is pretty much toast anyhow. I've got a Civilization 4 game going on as well, playing with Mindfiend at the moment, and I keep wanting to reach up there and micromanage my research rate and start adding some culture in, but that is going to be a very long time down the road. Let's continue on. Yeah, don't tell me the borders have expanded and then don't expand them this time, alright? 25, yeah. Hills will give us a better view. Did we actually expand this time? See, it didn't. And I do not know why it's not actually popping the borders. But I guess we'll find out at some future time. I'll have to take a look in the actual forums and stuff and see what the dickens is going on. I'm sure it's a matter of the game, as in, you know, something's going on. They don't pop because the city's unhealthy, or I don't have population, or location's wrong. Because now this is a brand new version, and the borders are still not expanding. My defensive bonus is here. Let's go over toward the coast. Sea of Dornell. Alright, and we are getting tracking on the next turn. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less troubled by, and that has made all the difference. Robert Frost. Alright, we can make paths now. Leads to trapping and skinning. Gives us some more unit promotions. We can make a scout, which I'm really looking forward to. A Cree tracker if we were the Cree. And trackers once we get a master hunter built. Trades and culture and a bunch of unit improvements, and of course the fact we can build paths. Alright, so let us see where we want to go from here. Oral tradition, shelter building, basketry, tool making, and controlled fire. Wow, leads to fire making and all. Alright, we're going to pop out and we're going to take a look at the big picture here. Alright, and here we are at the big picture, and I'm going to have to say that I don't think controlled fire was here before. I'll have to go back and look at one of my older videos and see, but I do not think that it existed in version 22, so I think that is the route we're going to go down. We're going to get controlled fire. That's going to give us captured fire, which will give us a natural wonder. It requires a stick gatherer, which I also don't remember existing before, which we can make now that we got gathering skill. But we'll get the controlled fire, which will give us a fire pit in every city, and we'll find charcoal, and that will lead to the all-important cooking, which will start giving us plus health. Well, obsolete carrion, but we will start getting the health over here, and most importantly we'll start getting the raw meat and extra food from butchery. So we'll definitely go this route. We're going to go controlled fire and then cooking. So it looks like it's going to be 13 turns to get that. And remember, this is not fire making, this is just controlled fire. That means we can find a fire burning somewhere, like a brush fire, lightning strike, something like that, and we are able to capture it and maintain it. Think of the Quest for Fire movie. And we have a gatherer. Think of the Quest for Fire movie, where we, you know, they set out, they lost their controlled fire, didn't know how to make a new one, and had to set out and learn fire making and the missionary position all in one 2-hour movie. So let's see where we're going to go from here. Let's get a stick gatherer. Since we're going to start making a controlled fire, we're going to need that in order to get that controlled fire in the fire pits going underway. Alright, so what do I want you to do? You are building a coconut gatherer. Right now. How long is it going to take out? It's going to take out 22 turns.
Nous attendons vos ordres. Tous présents et dénombrés.
So if the gatherer comes up here, will he be able to add to it? And let's go back. Because I know you can add workers that way and make things build faster. They will. It would make it only 12 turns. It would still consume the unit though, so I probably won't do that, but it is good to see that you can add the gatherers together on a project. Let's not do that.
Dites-moi ce que je dois faire.
There we go. That you can add the gatherers on a project just the same way that you could add workers on a project. Alright, up this way. We found more resin, and there's a border. Get a little closer to see whose border that is. It's too dark to be the Carthaginians, I believe. But we will see. Alright, we'll get cave dwelling over here shortly as well. That's 54. That is a great general. Okay. So like I said, it could add it in, and if it added it in, it'd be 11 turns instead of the 21. But I don't think we need it that quick. Actually, I want to see what the new paths look like. So, actually build a path right here. Connects improved resources with your city. So, it's going to take 35 turns to build a path. Alright, these are the Carthaginians. Okay, it looked darker for some reason. They have clubmen. A clubman level 2.
Dites-moi ce que je dois faire.
We attack, our survival odds are not that great. Hopefully, being up on a hill, they will have a hard time taking us, but I don't like our odds too much. Good, they decided to leave us. We are going to go out this way. Some glowing dude. What is that? The city-state of Persia. Found a Persian wanderer. It looks like he probably has a promotion coming along as well. And everything's ticking along as desired down here. Cave dwellings are going to be coming online very shortly. To adjust where I want to move to get the best defensive position here. Definitely going to go up on top of that hill. Yeah, 75% bonus. Let's go up there where that wanderer just left off. There he is. Strength of 1, but I do not think we'll be able to take him out. He's going to get away from us. I have achieved a golden age since I've completed the cave dwellings. I knew it would start as a golden age. We'll see what happens here. Congratulations, you have completed your first national wonder, cave dwelling in Gnarlograd. These powerful buildings are used for specializing your cities. It is wise to plan ahead, though, as only 2 national wonders can be built in each one. So I've used half my national wonders by building a cave dwelling. Movie needed. Okay. Well, we've got a nice drawing there anyway. It looks like maybe a what is it? Asasani? The people that build the cave dwellings along the edges of the cliffs there. Something like that. I'll throw the actual name. I think it's a Asasani or something. I'll have to throw the name up there. Cave dwelling gives us +1 culture, +25 espionage. It's a national wonder. Starts a golden age. +10% maintenance. As you see, we're actually starting to lose gold now. +1 trade route. 50% defense. -20% damage to bombardment. Both of those accepting things with high explosive. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that for a long time. And be obsolete with ritualism. Okay. So what do we want to put in Gnarlograd next? Let us take bug catcher. See, that's new as well. That wasn't there before. Let's take a look at the picture here and see what we're going to go with. Okay, looking at the big picture here, as you can see, got a couple of things I would like to have. I was looking at that bug catcher. It gives us that +1 food. We got a stick gatherer in the next city. Carry on, it's useless because by the time we build it, it would be almost obsolete because we got the controlled fire and the cooking going on. I definitely want to go to hunting instruction, but I think I'm going to stick with the original plan. Let's get a scout first. 10 units to get a scout to replace the wanderer. And then we can go with bug catching after that. Get us a nice source of food going on. And then we can possibly, with cooking boosting our health, get us some growth going on there. Alright. Interesting to see if we can take that guy. Let's see what's going on. Nah, he's going to keep running from us. Alright, we've got a stick gatherer built in Narlo City, which is good because we got controlled fire in just a moment. So, Narlo City. We're still losing 1 a turn. That's nothing. We are going to go... they're going to build a bug catcher. There's +1 food. We need health, which we're not going to have here. We are going to build hunting instruction. Okay. So our units will have the hunting upgrade. Alright, it's going to be interesting to see how this guy goes. Nothing else, we'll explore a little of this territory while he leads us on a merry trace. A friend is one to whom one can pour out all the contents of one's heart, chaff and grain together, knowing that the gentlest of hands will take and sift it, keeping what is worth keeping, and with the breath of kindness blow the rest away. Arabian proverb. Very nice. Hopefully that's a real Arabian proverb and not a fake one like at the beginning of, like the Beauty and the Beast one at the beginning of the original King Kong movie. Alright, control fire. We should note charcoal on the map now if there are any. As you see, it leads to heat treatment, cooking, most importantly, fire making, another very important thing. But we'll be able to do the captured fire as soon as we get that stick gatherer, and we'll be able to do fire dance, which will give us happiness and culture. Leads to fire making once we get flint napping, which will also increase our health. So fire making is a good place to go. It's going to go to cooking, which is the next one we're going to go, and that's where we're headed for that health bonus there. And the +1 food from hunting, you see. Natural pigments and heat treatment, which would allow us to make, I guess they're calling it ironwood. One of the things you can do before you had stone spear tips and things, before you had flint napping and all, is they would fire harden their spears, chisel it down to a point and then harden it in the fire, get it nice and hot, but not actually, kind of scorch it, but not actually set it on fire, and that would harden the wood, dehydrate it, make it much easier to stab into things. And as you see, we've already got cooking next up to travel on. I'm going to stop here a moment, take a couple of drinks of my coffee, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's see where that wanderer is going to lead us. What we got over here? We have an eagle. We might go after that one. It looks like the wanderer, I can't see him, so he must have headed on down this way. Take it? Yes, we can easily take that eagle. Just have to be wary of those clubmen there. They look like they are fortified though, so perhaps they won't be foolish enough to come after us. There we go. We've killed an eagle. We sent 1 hammer and 1 food to Gnarlograd.
De quoi avez-vous besoin?
Now they are going to move down here, get away from those other guys, and then I will fortify them until they heal up. There. Okay. Sentry until healed. It'll take 2 turns. I just did not want them damaged and in range of the Carthaginians there. So let's see how things go over these next 2 turns. Things progressing. 10 more turns to build the coconut gatherer and 24 more turns to build the path to it. Or 16. Not sure. It says path 24 and down there make a path 16. Build coconut gatherer 9. Oh, I don't know. I'm lost. See, will I get my clubmen back? Yes, my clubmen are back to full strength now. I was hoping they'd get a promotion from that eagle, but was not to be. I think we are going to go until we research cooking, and then I will pop out and see how we're doing on time here. Alright, Tacitus has completed his greatest work, the most cultured civilizations of the world. And we are at the very top, Gnarlo the Glorious. Dom Pedro is number 2. Would that be Spain, perhaps? Or something of that Basque region, maybe? I don't know. Dom Pedro. I would think that would be Spain. Perhaps Mexico. And Hannibal the Forgotten. That wasn't he. Hannibal. Was he the... Oh, Lord, all my ignorance or my forgetfulness of history. Hannibal was Carthaginians, perhaps? All I remember about Hannibal was the elephants crossing the Alps, and he was also the leader of the A-Team. That's all I can remember off the top of my head. So, what did we construct? A hunting instruction. Bandits. From here... Storage pit. Let's look at the city. Still growing. I think we got plenty of time to worry about storage pits. Gatherer. Another scout would be nice. Bug catcher. We don't really need any extra food at the moment is the issue. Bandits hideout. +1 food. We needed that to get a thief and a rogue. Requires banditry. Got local instability. While we're waiting on that, let's put out another scout. Not gonna be able to go this way, are we? Nope. So no point in trying down to the barrens. Didn't we build a scout? So you're not gonna let us do anything with it. There's where we put the scout. That's right, we did hunting instruction. Alright, let us go with tide pools, stick gatherer. Tide pools are coming along. With cooking, they actually give health. Huh, that would be nice. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go tide pools. They won't be... the cooking will pop in before they will. So we will actually never get the unhealthiness from it. We'll get the unhealth. The cooking will cancel it out and we'll get food. And you might see Gnarlograd start growing. Let's take a look at our scout. Doesn't really look like Aragorn, but we'll see where we're going at here. Alright, buddy. There were some elephants and hippos over this way, so why don't you go down? Let's see if you can track them down. There's our wanderer again. Or we could head him off if we went right up there. Of course, he's going to move again. Alright, one turn to cooking. Oh, that's right, I'm not Persian. Persian researchers have gotten a major setback, slowing their progress. Oh, what a shame. Did I lose that wanderer? Yeah, he's wandered off into the darkness, so we're going to bring him back down this way. The scout, let's bring you on down. There has to be an elephant and a hippo down this way somewhere. I think they would have just disappeared. Ooh, there we go. There's a barbarian. What is that? That's a viper. Nice looking car. Okay, and here we go, cooking. So long as you have food in your mouth, you have solved all questions for the time being. Franz Kafka. Alright, so we can no longer make carrion and termite mounds. We should have a bonus food or health in both our cities. Whenever Gnarlograd gets tide pools, that will be another health. Wild herbs will give us a +1 food. Alright, we're going to have food coming in like crazy, and we'll be getting +1 food from the hunting. So, we've got hunting down here. It leads to that. It leads to an earth oven. Once we get fire making, we will get raw meat. Butchery, once we get slaughterhouse, shelter building, we can get dining halls along with granary and storage pits. Slaughterhouse along with shelter building. Smokehouses with charcoal and raw meat, so we should have the technologies for that. We'll just have to find the actual resources. Okay, so cooking. Hard to believe, but a very important technology. Alright. I think we may go shelter building next. Let's look at the big picture one more time. Let's see, we got oral, shelter, basketry, tools. Okay, shelter building. Charles, crime. grass huts. Still really want to find out what crime is like. Okay, shelter building, basketry. Tool making, is that correct? Yes, tool making. The clubman. Don't have any Neanderthals. Termite mounds, which you can't make anymore. Nut cracking stone is good. That would be a very good one to go down. And storytellers, which can create a great work. Hey, knowledge inheritance, and then the various myths. How long? 8 turns, 10 turns, 9 turns, and God knows. 9 turns. We're going to go oral tradition. We need to start boosting up our science a little bit. So that will be up next. Then we will go probably basketry and shelter building. Or some other route that I will have totally ignored by that time. Why is tracking up there like that? We've already gotten tracking. It must be one of those strange little glitches. You Persian researchers are rumored to have made a breakthrough, rapidly advancing their progress. Make up your mind. And look at there, Gnarlograd has become healthy. Look, become healthy. My God. Just gaze upon it and wonder for a few minutes. Look, 8 and 8. Alright. And how long until it pops? Population grows? 85 turns. We've gone from, I think, 200 and something to 85 turns. That means we're actually in range of seeing it actually get another population growth. So we need to start looking for something that can counteract. I think perhaps go with the bug catcher next, and that will boost up our food. What is that? Captured fire. Free fire pits. I will look up, see what fire pits do, and we will go from there. So we're going to move on over this way, and we're going to try and get that viper. Alright, I said I was going to stop whenever I got the... there. Alright, said I was going to stop when I got cooking, so there we go. I'm going to save it. We are on turn 104. We have reached the year 10,960 BC, and we are 0.71% through the game. Alright, thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed our little adventure with the cavemen here. Since we have cave shelters, I can actually call myself cavemen. And we will see you next time. Thank you very much.